Well, hello internets, here we are. We have ourselves a vlog. A couple things that I want to address this year. It is what it is, and yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, the other day when I came back to town from the big camping adventure, I was wondering why it was so crazy busy around town. Well, it turns out that earlier that day, about an hour before I come back, was the 2023 Colonial Days Parade, or whatever they're calling it this year that's not offensive to somebody. And in the past years, up until a couple of years ago, I've always made an effort to film it. However, with things the way they are, I decided to start taking time for myself. And sometimes the Colonial Days Parade falls on times where there are other things going on, and I decide not to film. This year I totally forgot about it, to what day it was or even when it was coming, with everything going on this year, like the move here, the dentist, the JCO project, ups and downs that are going on in my personal life, you know, YouTube and things like that. I totally forgot that it was even a go this year. With everything happening over the last 2 or 3 years, there has been restrictions, and some of these events didn't even happen, so you kind of get into a bit of a routine where you don't do it. Well, because the parade happened, everybody was out viewing things and having a good time and things like that. Well, in the upcoming days, there is what used to be what was called Sneak a Peek. And then that's when I used to film what was called the Sights and Sounds of the Midway. It was a day and night kind of video. However, this year people are saying that Sneak a Peek wasn't even a go. They didn't even provide it this year. If you wanted to go Tuesday, you couldn't, or you had to pay. It was no longer free like it had been in the past. Sneak a Peek was always referred to as guinea pig night, because that was when they turned all the rides on, loaded them up with unsuspecting people, and whirled them around in the air really fast to see what came loose and fell apart. So that was kind of why traditionally they were called guinea pig nights. A few days later, the Midway opened to the general public to pay the high price of admission and the high price of rides, and whatever it was, $5 for candy apples and things like that. With my teeth the way they are, I've had to stop the whole candy apple thing. Now, it used to be a tradition of mine to go to the fair, not for the rides, because I stopped the rides like 20 some years ago, but it was for like a couple of candy apples, you know, maybe the mini donuts, and maybe cotton candy. That cotton candy was a bit of a hit and miss. Kind of sights and sounds, enjoying the atmosphere. If it was really hot, I didn't enjoy it. If it was really loud and crowded, I couldn't enjoy it. So I started just kind of staying away from those kind of things, and especially if there's no one for you to go with. No one to accompany you. It's just you by yourself. It's not really fun per se. And then in the past there was demo derbies and such, and I always tried to film them, and traditionally those videos did fairly well, considering how much effort or setup it actually took to film them. The only thing is, for me, 5 hours in direct sunlight sitting there at, you know, plus 27, plus 32, depends on the weather. You know, that Celsius, of course, gets really hot for me. And I get sunburnt, heat stroke, borderline heat stroke, and for the better part of a week or so afterwards, I pay for it. I'm sick. And then of course comes all the wonderful shedding of your skin because you got really nasty burnt. And then once you recovered, then you start editing up the videos, and if you edit them just so, you get quite a good chunk of content. I do miss the demo derbies. I do miss the outings. There are several other exhibitions and fairs in the area. There's a town about 45 minutes away that has more of an agricultural feel to it. I may make an effort to attend that this year, who knows. There's another town, I think it's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. They actually had combine demo derbies. That might be interesting to attend some year. Other towns on other weeks or days in the summer months have other things like stock car races or their own demo derbies, or there's a town about an hour and 10, hour and a half has like a smash and bash kind of a thing where there's like tractor pulls, lawnmower races, tough trucks. So I didn't make it this year, but maybe next year I'll be able to make it down there. Hopefully next year's a little more calmer. I didn't have any idea when I started the new year out that this summer was going to be as busy as it was, or has been so far. I planned, when I did the bulk upload of videos like I have, I planned the videos that I've uploaded to get me through the JACO project and the potential surgery on the teeth that still haven't happened yet. Little did I know there was going to be other things going on, personal life as well as the move. I had kicked around the idea of a move coming up, if not this year, then 1 year coming up, but I had been discouraged or talked out of it by people in my life that didn't quite understand what my delusions of grandeur were, my plans were. Sometimes people just want to keep you safe, and they encourage you to stay and keep things the way they are without realizing that it's the way things are is the reason why you want to make a change for the better. It's been, like I said, an interesting few months. My selling, I believe, is starting to wind down to the end. The movers have come already. It's just a bunch of stuff left here. I don't really feel like bouncing back and forth, wasting, $3 in fuel per se to sell a $7 item. So I think I'll be boxing a lot of my for sale items up and donating them to Goodwill. They can choose to use them, toss them, give them to somebody. And in the end, it all works out well on all sides. But it's kind of the way it goes. A few thoughts that I've had rolling around in my head. Thought that I would put them up there and share them with you. It is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.